One of the things I learned recently is the marketing piece and the branding that a person walks away with about an organization is their gut feeling. Everyone that walks in the door has a different gut feeling about their organization. And so we have to do, as employees of the district, is we have to provide that wonderful reaction or that wonderful response in order for them to trust that we're going to take care of their child. I grew up with a family focused on education. My grandparents were educators, and my dad was a principal, and my mom was a teacher. And so when we sat down at the dinner table on any given night, I got to hear the stories of either the education of children or dealing with PTAs or just the whole school district in general. So it was just in my blood from the very beginning. Any good communications department realizes that it's all about relationships. And the way to create those relationships is to build a trust. So we go to our community consistently. We ask their opinion. We survey them, and we let them in on the conversation. And when you have been truthful and when you have created trust, then they support you because people vote yes when they trust you. The biggest challenge in public education today is that there is a lot of rhetoric about what is really going on in the public school system. No school district is perfect, but when we come together and we realize that our goal is to educate those children and our goal is to make sure that they can live out the American dream, that's the goal. And what we as public education communicators, our goal is to make sure that we tell all of the amazing things. What you will learn is that teachers do amazing things every day, but they don't talk about it because it's what they do every day. And so it's up to us to tap into what's really going on and tell that story. To rewind back to the late 80s and early 90s, that was a time where you really didn't have to market public schools. Public schools was the entity that was respected as it's your neighborhood school. You go there. It's what America is built on. As time has progressed, we now have choices. Those choices can be private school, they can be charter schools, and they can be homeschool. So we are now in an era that we have to communicate exactly what those choices are and what we provide that would meet the needs of our community and the parents who are looking for the best opportunity for their kids. With aging schools comes costs. And so what we have found here in the 21st century is that many of those schools need to be replaced. So we went to our taxpayers and we said, we want to go for a bond election. We are very proud of the fact that we passed a $1 billion bond in this political and economic climate. What that tells me is that this community trusts this district. Building that trust is what's important, and that's what I feel we are very proud of, is that we had done and laid the groundwork to build that trust so that our taxpayers know that we are going to take care of the money that they have committed to pay in taxes to provide wonderful facilities for our kids. Looking back over my 39 years, if there was a lesson learned, it is to keep learning. This job is not at all what it was in the 90s, even in the early 2000s. There is a shift in the style of communication and in just communication in general. And there was a day that you printed it and you mailed it, or you picked up the phone and called. And that is not what the community and the parents want today. They want something quick and they want social media. So what I would say to anyone, whether they are starting their career now or if it was a veteran like myself, you have to keep learning. But I want to bring it back to what this job really is about, and that's relationships. So we'll always need that personal touch, and we'll always need to communicate in person. But I would say keep learning and keep your eyes focused on what that goal really is, which is providing the American dream. As our superintendent, Joe Harrington, always says, there is no American dream without public education.